His mother made the black woman sign a prenup. Knowing she was a billionaire's daughter, the story will have more than 2,000 words. Written in simple, smooth, and interesting English. I'll now begin writing the story. Please give me a moment. His mother made the black woman sign a prenup, knowing she was a billionaire's daughter. From the moment Elijah brought Alana home, he knew things might not go smoothly. He loved his mother dearly, but she had always been ... particular. Traditional, judgmental, and fiercely protective. And when it came to who her only son might marry, her expectations were sky-high and painfully narrow. Alana was everything Elijah had ever wanted. Confident, kind, intelligent, and absolutely stunning. She was tall, with a warm, deep brown complexion, a dazzling smile, and a soft voice that somehow managed to silence the chaos around her. They'd met in graduate school at Stanford. He was studying engineering. She was in international business. What started as a classroom friendship blossomed into something beautiful. But even Elijah didn't know everything about her past. Alana didn't brag or name-drop. She lived modestly, dressed elegantly but simply, and drove a used hybrid She'd bought herself. What Elijah did know was that Alana was private, fiercely independent, and financially comfortable. She paid her half of the rent, sent money to charities, and never leaned on anyone. What he didn't know, what she never told him, was that her last name, Walker, wasn't just another name. It was the Walker family of Walker Global Logistics, a multinational company started by her grandfather and expanded by her father into one of the biggest shipping and investment empires in the world. Alana was the only daughter of billionaire Howard Walker, but that wasn't how she wanted to be known. Elijah proposed to her under a tree in a small vineyard in Napa. She said yes with tears in her eyes and no hesitation in her heart. They returned to San Francisco, a happy, glowing couple, and Elijah made the call to his mother, Mary Ann Harper. It was a call he dreaded. Mary Ann lived in a quiet suburb of Atlanta, a retired school principal. She was respected, involved in church, and known for her sharp tongue. Elijah's father had died when he was 15, and Mary Ann had raised him with a rigid sense of discipline and tradition. "Elijah, are you serious?" she said when he announced the engagement. "Yes, Mama," he said cautiously. "I love her, I'm sure." There was a pause on the line. "And what does she do? Where is she from? Is her family decent?" "Christian. She's amazing. A business consultant, went to Stanford. She's smart, humble. You'll love her." Mary Ann's silence spoke volumes. "I just hope she's not with you for the wrong reasons." He felt his stomach twist. "She's not like that. Well, see, bring her home for Thanksgiving." The invitation sounded like a challenge. When they arrived in Atlanta, Alana was all grace and warmth. She brought flowers and wine, complimented the house, and offered to help in the kitchen. Mary Ann eyed her closely, always with a stiff smile, always with veiled questions about her upbringing. "So, what do your parents do?" she asked one evening, sipping sweet tea. "They're semi-retired now. My father was in shipping and investments. My mother was involved in community projects." Mary Ann nodded slowly. "And you took your daddy's last name?" "Yes, ma'am. Walker." The name didn't ring any bells to Mary Ann, but she felt an itch she couldn't ignore. There was something about the girl, too polished, too poised, too perfect. 2 days later, in the middle of preparing dessert, Mary Ann pulled Elijah aside. "You need to have her sign a prenup," she whispered. Elijah's eyes widened. "What? She's beautiful, yes. But we don't know anything about her people. You're all I've got. I've worked too hard for someone to come in and take advantage of you." "Mama, I trust her, I don't." "Not yet. If she really loves you, she won't mind." Lana overheard part of the conversation as she stepped into the hallway. She didn't say anything at first. That night, she told Elijah calmly, "If it will give her peace of mind, I'll sign it." He stared at her. "You don't have to, I know, but it's okay. It won't change how I feel about you." The next day, Mary Ann had a lawyer draft a basic prenup agreement. Elijah didn't read it too carefully, mostly because he was embarrassed. Alana signed it with a small smile and handed it back. Marianne thought she had one. A few months later, the wedding was held in a beautiful garden venue in Northern California. It was tasteful and elegant, just how Alana liked it. She didn't want extravagance, just joy and authenticity. Elijah invited his friends, colleagues, and extended family. Alana invited only a handful of people, her parents, a few cousins, and one or two old friends from boarding school. Marianne was surprised to see the security detail that followed Alana's parents, and even more surprised at the presence of two black SUVs outside the venue. But she assumed they were just new money folks. During the reception, one of Elijah's cousins, who had done a little online digging, came running over. Wide-eyed. "Yo, Elijah, did you know who Alana's dad is?" "Yeah, he's in shipping or something," Elijah said, distracted. "Shipping? He's Howard freaking Walker. That man owns half the global shipping routes. He's worth like $15 billion. Elijah blinked. "What? Dude, Google him right now." He did, and his jaw dropped. Howard Walker's name was all over Forbes, Bloomberg, and financial journals. Was a household name in the business world. There were photos of him on yachts with world leaders, attending global summits, and speaking at major conferences. And right next to him in a few of those pictures was Alana, much younger, usually smiling beside her father, Elijah's. Heart thudded. He excused himself and rushed to the small lounge area where Alana was fixing her makeup. "Why didn't you tell me?" he asked, still stunned. She looked at him with calm eyes. "Because I didn't want you to fall in love with a name. I wanted you to fall in love with me?" He was silent for a long time, staring at her, taking in the weight of what she said. "Are you mad?" she asked gently. "No, just ... shocked. I feel like I didn't really know you knew me. Everything that mattered." He nodded slowly, and the prenup smiled. "It amused me, honestly. Your mother doesn't know I had my own legal team review it. She probably didn't read the part where it says I waive any claim to your assets. But also note that none of my existing or future holdings shall be merged or influenced by this marriage without written consent." Elijah chuckled, still dazed. "So, ... you've protected yourself." "I always have." Meanwhile, across the room, Marianne stood frozen. One of her own nieces had just told her the truth about Alana's family. "Billionaire?" Marianne whispered. "Yes. Auntie. Not millionaire. Billionaire. Like Forbes' top 100 rich. Alana Walker is that Walker." Marianne's face turned pale. The room spun for a moment. Suddenly all her comments, all her suspicions, all the judgments she'd made felt foolish, smell-minded, and bitter. The girl she thought might be a gold digger had probably had more gold than she could imagine. And she had signed that prenup with grace, never once correcting Marianne or trying to boast about her status. The next day, over brunch, Marianne finally spoke. "I owe you an apology," she said quietly to Alana. Alana looked up with gentle eyes. "No, you don't," she said. "I understand why you were protective. I respect that." Marianne hesitated. "But I judged you too quickly. And I made assumptions based on things that ... I shouldn't have. You showed more dignity than I deserved." Alana smiled warmly. "We're family now. That's all that matters." From that day forward, Marianne treated Alana with a new level of respect, though it took time for her pride to truly ease. She realized that class didn't always come with wealth, and wealth didn't always come with arrogance. Alana had shown more humility than anyone else she knew. And most of all, she had made her son incredibly happy. Years later, when Elijah and Alana bought a home overlooking the Pacific, paid in full by Alana as a wedding anniversary gift, Marianne visited often, quietly marveling at how far things had come. She'd once feared Alana might ruin her son's life.